It's playoff time in Oklahoma City, and InsideThunder.com presents the Thunder Game Report, powered by Wheeler Whitlock Insurance Agency, giving you the best value for your insurance dollar.
Hey Thunder fans, Sam Murch with InsideThunder.com. Thunder played an incredibly tough game this evening, unfortunately losing to the Spurs in overtime. Game 5. We were in the locker room to get the last interviews of the season.
Where do you think the game got away from you guys in the third quarter especially?
I just think, second chance opportunities. I thought the guys did a good job of, collectively just playing hard and, leaving it out there. But we had a couple miscues, couple turnovers, and just, fell short on a couple opportunities.
When you guys came back and, tied it up at the end and regulation had opportunities to win in regulation and overtime, what do you think went wrong there?
Just fell a little short. We had it was a possession game, and Duncan got to the line, converted on a couple free throws, and they took a lead, and we never can get over the hump. So you just have to tip your hat off to them. They're a great team.
I was going to say, did they win it as much as you guys maybe gave some things away?
Yeah, it was a combination of both. But they're a great team. They just continue to execute, and even with Tony out, they just kept. The guys came in and stepped up in a major way, and they didn't miss a beat.
Ron, I know you haven't been here as long as some of the other guys, but it's got to be an incredibly disappointing end to the season given all that you guys got to get here and to have this opportunity.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I came here. High expectations and the opportunity to go to the finals and have a chance to win it all. So, fell a little short. It's real unfortunate, but, life goes on.
What do you think about your future and your plans?
I don't know. I have to, sit back and think about some things, and, it's going to be a minute before you get over this one, though. Yeah.
Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Anyone else? All right, thanks, Ron.
Nick, what do you think happened in the overtime specifically to get it away from you?
Give them credit, first of all. They made enough plays, and they outplayed us in the second half. And then, we fought back, and they were able to get done in overtime. They got stops when they needed to and buckets when they needed to. So, very disappointing end. It's always disappointing at the end of the year if you don't win the whole thing. But, we got to give San Antonio credit. They played well.
Was it hard not to think about if we can just get this one somehow? We'll have them on short rest. Maybe Parker doesn't play. All their big guys played big minutes.
I don't think you really looked that far ahead. We knew coming in that we needed to get this one, obviously. That's obvious. But we felt like if we could get this one, then we felt like we could outplay them in one game in Game 7. But they probably felt the same way too, and they were the ones who did it. So, like I said, give them the credit.
You held them to 6 assists in the first half as a team, and then they come out in the third quarter. I think they had 7 or 8 assists. How did they start to get the ball movement?
I'm not sure. I have to watch the tape, but we just weren't as tight defensively as we were in the first half. The thing with them is if you can really have all 5 guys engaged, be good at the point of the screen at the initial play, have a good shell behind, and they don't see space, you're much better off than when they see gaps, they see space, they attack, and they kick to shooters. So, we weren't as good in the second half, and they were better in the second half.
How tough a cover is Diao at the 4 especially?
He played great this series. He's one of the guys who can really score in and out. There's a lot of stretch fours that play, but they can't really take advantage of the post-ups on the smalls, and he's one of the guys that can do it. And he played great this series. He was a big part of what they did.
Nick, you've been here a long time with this core group, and you guys keep coming at the mountain time and time again. How much more difficult is it when you've been together for a while and you think you've got a great shot like this year?
It's difficult. It's a much different feeling when you come into camp and you really only have one goal, and that's the way this team is right now. So when you don't reach it, it's disappointing, and it hurts. We'll have to take our time to recover this summer and then get ready for training camp next year and make another run at it.
Nick, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nick, you guys all year long relied on that. this year. Are you surprised that this one ended bench calls to the bench like this?
You know, coach has done a good job all year. I think he felt like that was the best group. You know, in an elimination game, he's gonna ride the best group he thinks he's got. So, you know, I don't think it was personnel. I think Spurs took it from us. They did a good job outplaying us.
Reggie, you had the lead in overtime. How did that get away from you guys?
Costly turnovers, losing our man. Yeah, some offensive rebounds. It was just tough. Get stops, you got to get the board. Simple as that. And we got to protect the ball.
What did you see on the Ginobili 3 in overtime?
No. There's no fish got screen. I didn't really see if he was moving or set. You got a good look at it. So, you know, play of his caliber, knowing to knock it down, and he made us pay.
What got you guys back into the game in the fourth quarter?
Never say die. Attitude. We just kept competing, trying to find ways. Get stops. I think late down in the fourth, we found a way to get stops and then grab the rebound and just get out and run. And, you know, Russ came up with a big steal. I think everybody competed to the best of their ability, especially down the stretch, just to find a way to get in overtime.
Do you think that maybe you guys ran out of gas with the heavy minutes you had to play tonight?
I don't know. I wish we could have got to a game 7 to really find out. Just get a chance to compete, but our mentality was we weren't going to quit. We didn't care how so-called gas we were. We were just going to try to find a way to stay in it.
I know this is very disappointing with the expectations you guys had. How do you come back from this or bounce back?
You let it sink in, just find a way to let it motivate you. Personally, now 0-3 in my career. I only played to win championships, so for me, 0-3. I'm sure my teammates feel the same way, so we just got to find a way to get better.
What's your emotions after, you know, considering your own situation and the season ending like this?
No, just, you know, definitely some disappointment, you know, that we couldn't, we couldn't keep this thing moving along. You know, we had a chance tonight and couldn't get over the hump, and so, you know, disappointed that we couldn't take advantage of the opportunity we had tonight to keep our season alive. But at the same time, you know, proud of the group and how close we really are to being the best. You know, we lost tonight to a better team. They've been one of the best and most consistent basketball teams in our league for a long time, and you know, we're right there, but just not good enough.
Yeah, you were the last one to walk off the floor. It seemed like you're taking your time. Were you kind of soaking everything in? It almost seemed like you were looking at it as this might. I don't know if this is your last game, but was it a sentimental moment as you were walking off the floor?
Yeah, I mean, in the event that it is, you know, the last basketball game that I just played, yeah, you know, understanding the moment and understanding that it's possible. You know, that could be the last time I walk off the basketball court as a player, and so, you know, definitely mixed emotions from that standpoint. But you know, tonight is still about the team and about our group, and you know, it doesn't feel that way right now, but you know, we still had a meaningful season. You know, this means something to be this close to having a chance to play for a championship again, and it's going to hurt. And you know, hopefully, you know, the group overall will be able to use it as motivation going forward.
How did it get away in overtime?
Just, you know, they made more plays than we did. It'll be easy to single certain things out, but you know, when it's overtime and the season's on the line, it just kind of comes down to who wants it more. And I thought they made a few more plays that said they wanted it a little bit more than we did, and that doesn't mean that the effort wasn't there or we weren't trying hard or guys weren't giving everything that they had, but I just think there's a reason why they've been so consistent for so long, and they made more plays than we did down the stretch.
Because you had said all along that you thought this would probably be it, but you wouldn't commit all the way, I think, to saying it was definitely last season. How long do you give yourself to kind of process the end here and kind of make that decision as to whether it's time to kind of step away?
Probably not as long, as I have maybe in the last couple years. Tonight, I probably won't be able to sleep just still thinking about, how close we were to having a Game 7 and being on the doorstep of playing for another NBA championship. Over the next, day or two, we'll have exit meetings and, talk internally, get a chance to talk with my teammates and Scotty and Sam Presti, the general manager, and, kind of have the right discussion about how this season ended. And then, I'll go from there. Get back home and, talk to my family, talk to my kids, talk to my wife, and then we'll go from there.
Is this a personal decision as much as anything in terms of weighing family and wanting to get back to them?
Yeah, I mean, I think all decisions are, on some level. We all have professional aspirations and goals and things that we like to achieve. But you still have to respect the fact that there's a balance to life. And so, we've been a part of this business for a long time. We understand what comes with it, so there aren't any surprises in that regard. But that's some days ahead. Like I said, tonight is still about the Thunder. And just feel bad that we couldn't find a way to keep it going.
If offered a job, I know it's fresh, but if offered a coaching job, could you walk away and go coach at this point? It's a good question, Mark. I appreciate what some of you are asking, but I can't go there tonight. It's too fresh of a wound, and it's possible that this truly does symbolize the end of a very long career, and I don't think based on the emotions that I'm feeling right now, it's smart to to start betting on what I'm going to do next. But I'm going to definitely take it seriously, and like I've always tried to do with everything in life, consider my options, consider what's best, and then go from there. And I'll try and do that, as soon as possible, so that all parties involved can make the decisions that need to be made. So you're not saying you're going to do one or the other, but you will at least interview for a job in New York and LA. Is that safe to say? Or?
Yeah, I mean, interview is, I think, a strong word at this point. I haven't had any direct conversations with, any executives, Phil Jackson, the Lakers. So, I think interview is a strong word. There'll be, I'm sure, conversations and talks at some point. But, this is still pretty raw and pretty fresh, what just happened. And, for tonight and at least for the next day or two, I want to make sure that I respect not only whatever my future holds, but the guys in this locker room and this organization and the opportunity they've afforded me over the last, season and a half or 2 seasons. My career could have been over a long time ago, and they took a bet on me and still felt like I could play this game, and I'm glad I've had the chance to do it for them.
Scott, one with you for the final 22 minutes. I mean, how'd you feel stamina-wise, and what did that mean to you to actually finish your career out like that?
You should be tired, not just playing 22 straight minutes, but in a game with the season on the line, after playing 2 minutes as hard as you possibly can, you should be tired. But mentally, you just find a way to keep pushing yourself, trusting your conditioning, trusting your heart and the mental toughness you have. And, that's what I did to just keep pushing through and, trying to help the team tonight. And, Scotty has, showed trust in me that a lot of people for sure locally, have questioned at times. And, I can't say enough about what he's done for me personally and professionally, because like I said, my career as a player could have been over a year or 2 ago easily, had he not continued to trust not just the little things I try to do on the court to help the team, but just my value to a team, and I appreciate him and what he's done for me.
With all the
Last one here for Fish.
With all the speculation going on, have you allowed yourself to think about what it would be like to either work with Phil or Coach Kobe?
No, I really haven't. I've obviously heard things. I've been asked questions, but this time of year especially, you have to control your mind and control the external noise that starts to take place, whether it's those questions or the back and forth of the series and what happened last night, why'd you guys get blown out. So I've learned through experience to hold those things at bay, and like I said, here over the next couple of days, I'll still do the same. There's a right way to kind of wrap this season up and show it the proper respect that it deserves, and then like I said, I'll go from there pretty quickly because there are my family most importantly, but there are obviously a number of people that are going to be impacted by the decision that I do make, whether I continue to play, whether I decide to do something else within the game, whatever it is. There's a lot at stake, and so I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to be emotional. Right now, there's a lot of emotion, and so like I said, as soon as possible, I'll try and take the best next steps.
Obviously, mixed emotions tonight. Disappointment over the way the game ended, but overall gratitude for the great season that we've had. All of us here from InsideThunder.com want to thank you for spending the season with us, but please be sure to check back often as we'll be covering the NBA Draft, Summer League, as well as many special interest pieces that pop up along the way, and more of me, Sam Murch from InsideThunder.com.